Good evening, 99. Are you already tucked in? A blanket over your shoulders, a warm cup beside you, and outside, the night, maybe the rain, and a gentle breeze. Tonight, I'll tell you a few quiet stories. They're not fast-paced, not dramatic. There's no rush, no fear, just silence, warmth, and a touch of magic. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Imagine, you're sitting in an armchair by the fire. The light is dim, the blanket soft, and the room smells of cinnamon and lavender. Ready? Then let's begin. Story 1, The Tea Shop at the Edge of the Forest. Deep in the heart of an old forest, where trees are so tall they block out the sky, and moss grows on stone, bark, and shadow, there stands a little house. Small, crooked, with a roof of grass and tiny windows glowing with amber light. You can't find it by accident. But if you're tired, if your thoughts buzz and your heart longs for stillness, you'll find the path. Between two fir trees, around a mossy boulder, and suddenly, the air is warmer. It smells like mint, and something sweet. Lavender? Or maybe apple pie? That's how a traveler came upon it once. No name. Just worn boots, a heavy coat, and the weight of many sleepless nights in his eyes. The door opened on its own, no creak, just an invitation. Inside, it was warm. Comforting, like a grandmother's kitchen in December, all apples, ginger, and aged wood. Behind the counter stood a woman. Ageless. Her face lined with time, but her eyes were light and laughing. She didn't ask anything. Just nodded, poured tea into a porcelain cup, golden, steaming. "This is chamomile, dried apple, and a touch of cinnamon," she said. "It takes you back, to where you felt safe." He sipped. And suddenly, he was on a lake shore, no more than 7 years old. The water sparkled, his mother laughed, and dragonflies skimmed the grass. His heart was weightless. When he opened his eyes, she offered him another blend. "Sage and linden," she said. "It heals what aches beyond the body." And again, memory flowed. Soft. Safe. Like being wrapped in a blanket that smelled of home. Some visitors stay longer. Some write letters they never send. Some just fall asleep in a chair and dream of walking barefoot beside their father. When the traveler left, the shop vanished again, lost in the mist. But in his hand remained a single tea leaf. And whenever the world pressed too hard, he remembered the taste, and breathed easier. Story 2, A Cat Named Midnight. In a small southern village, where doors stay unlocked and the wind always carries the scent of bread and flowers, lives a cat. Her name is Midnight. She belongs to no one, but everyone knows her. Velvet black fur, glowing amber eyes. She comes only when needed. When someone lies awake, thoughts buzzing, hands clenched, she appears. Slips onto the windowsill, settles beside you, and begins to purr. It's not just a sound, it's a warmth. A hum that spreads through your chest, down to your hands. And then, sleep. The kind of sleep where you dream not of work or worries, but of a quiet kitchen, the creak of a chair, a lullaby once hummed. And when you wake, she's gone. but the world feels softer. Just a little. Story 3, The Bench in the Park. The park was as old as the city. Its paths laid in worn brick, flower beds blooming imperfectly, street lamps casting a soft golden glow at dusk. On one particular bench by the pond, every morning, an old man would sit. In his hands, a folded newspaper. In his thermos, strong tea. He came early, when only birds filled the silence. One day, a boy began sitting nearby. At first, in silence. Then came a nod. Then, a question. Days passed. Weeks. The man told stories, about catching fish in the pond in the 1960s, about the hedgehog he once found in the bushes, about how he used to draw, though he never showed anyone. The boy told his own secrets. How he was scared to speak in class. How he wanted, quietly, to become a writer. Time passed. One day the boy returned, older now. But the bench was empty. Only a folded paper, and a thermos left behind. He sat. Took out a notebook. And began to write. Story 4, Summer Nights at Grandma's. Grandma's house always smelled of pie, lavender, and something else, dried herbs, perhaps. In the summer, when the trees whispered through the window and mosquitoes tapped at the glass, you slept in the attic, under the slanted roof, wrapped in a quilt that smelled of sun and laundry soap. Below, you'd hear Grandma's voice. Sometimes she sang. Sometimes she told stories to neighbor kids. You remember how hot it was during the day, and how cool it felt under the covers at night. The way your full belly made your limbs heavy and your mind quiet. You'd drift off to sleep to the sound of crickets and soft creaking floors. Now you're well into adulthood. But when you close your eyes, sometimes you hear it still. The old boards. The cat purring downstairs. And Grandma's voice, rising softly, and one day, deep in the forest, a fox appeared. Story 5, The Postman in the Fog. One autumn evening, a thick fog rolled through the village. Not cold or wet, but soft and warm, like a wool blanket pulled down from the clouds. Out of that fog walked a man. A long coat. A lantern. A satchel slung across his back. He moved slowly. Checked mailboxes. Left letters. They were old, decades old. Faded handwriting. Forgotten addresses. But people opened them. And found notes from loved ones long gone. From childhood friends. from their younger selves. No magic. No tricks. Just truth. Honest words. Simple, beautiful things we rarely say out loud. By morning, he was gone. Only one child swore he saw the man at the market, nodding gently and whispering, "Letters arrive, just in time." Story 6, The Town Without Clocks. You won't find this town on a map. You can only reach it on foot. There are no cars. No ringing phones. And no one ever checks the time, because there are no clocks. People wake when the sunlight touches their faces. They eat when they're hungry. Go for walks when their hearts feel heavy. Shops open when the baker has finished her tea. A bookstore closes if the owner feels like watching the sky instead. Children read, build forts, plant mint and peas. In the evenings, the town gathers around fires to tell stories. No introductions. No conclusions. Just stories. It isn't perfect, but it is gentle. A place where life follows rhythm, not schedules. Story 7, The Midnight Station. Along an old, overgrown railway line, hidden beneath wildflowers and tall grass, there's a station that only appears at night. Only at midnight. Only to those not looking, but needing. A train arrives. Not sleek or fast. Old, wooden, humming softly. No conductor. No destination signs. Each car is a dream. In one, you sit again with your grandmother at her kitchen table. In another, your first day of school. In another, someone you lost walks beside you again. The train moves slowly. It doesn't carry you forward. It carries you gently back to something safe, so you can feel it one more time, or so you can begin again. Story 8, The Bear on the Windowsill. He sat in the window of an old toy shop for years. A little dusty, but neat. His fur, warm, like a cardigan. One glass eye slightly worn. He waited. You passed him in childhood. In youth. In adulthood. One day, something pulled you inside. No clerk. Just a sign, take him, if he's for you. You picked him up, and he smelled like childhood. Wooden toys. Books. Cocoa. You brought him home. Set him on your windowsill. That night, for the first time in years, you slept deeply. Quietly. Like a child. He's still there. A reminder, That child, the soft one, still lives inside you. That's all for now. You're still here. In the armchair. With the blanket. The last sip of your tea. And outside, still night. Still rain. Still peace. These were just stories. But maybe one of them stays with you. Or brings something back. Sleep well. Until next time.